Hello. Oops, I moved my camera. That's pretty good. Hello, everyone out there in internet land. Welcome to the world of being eaten by zombies and trying to shoot them with guns. My name is Ash. And I am your host today. I use she, her pronouns. And we're playing a Band of Blades, which is a black powder fantasy Blades in the Dark hack today. I'm going to be one of the players, which is very new to me. I'm not used to being a player on this channel, on account of I'm usually the GM. But I have with me three other tough soldiers and Alice, who's going to be GMing, and I don't know what her agenda is, but it's probably not great. So let's do intros. Starting with Alice.
Hello, I'm Alice. My agenda is for everyone to have fun. Potentially with murder involved, but, you know. Potentially. Hi, I'm Alice. I use she, her pronouns. I make games and stuff. I'm not where I was last time. Woo. So, you know, new surroundings and stuff. I'm sorry if the camera shakes. I'm really excited to GM this game again. I've only played it. I've played it a bunch up until now. So, yeah.
Awesome. Then we have David.
Hello. My pronouns are he and him. I'm really excited to get back into this game because we have some serious decisions to make this session, which will become plain shortly.
Yeah. And then we have Cammy. Hi, Cammy.
Hello. My pronouns are she, hers. I'm Cammy, which Ash already said, and I'm excited to play this game because I like shooting things with a revolver and making funny words out of the names of the squad members. Yeah.
Fair. All right. And then finally we have Aaron. How you doing, Aaron?
Doing pretty good. Hi, everybody. I'm Aaron. Pronouns are she and her. I did a great job, and my soldier was the only one to make it out last mission. Anything that you remember to the contrary is false.
Okay.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
great. That's real good. I'm glad that went so well for you. So yeah, for chat, if you missed the opening screed, the opening text there, yeah, last time we did go and collect the commander, which is the role that David is playing from a although roles and characters are complicated in this, from being tortured in a big castle. It was a good time. I got 2 corruption on Adhikar Khatri, our officer.
Also traumatized.
Oh, she also traumatized. So, yeah, you know that.
So I think my sniper did as well.
You know that thing where you play
so
characters? Yeah, you drive characters like stolen cars. That thing.
Yeah. I remember specifically hearing after my trauma, I've never seen someone trauma out that quickly.
I've also never seen 3 people trauma in the same session, especially the first session. So you know, it's.
Have you seen? Okay, but that said, the common factor here appears to be you, Alice.
Okay, I've played lots of Blades of the Dark before. Okay, so.
We only
It
have
sounds like
two
you're
options.
doing an excellent job as far as GMing.
We only have
Thank
2
you.
moves. One is go big, and the other one is go home. And the second one takes too many, points to roll. So.
And we're all out of home?
I mean,
That's literally true. That's the problem we have. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, my moves are talk shit and roll crits, but I'm all out of crits.
So now it's talk shit and get hit.
Yeah, it's talk shit and go big. Sorry, Alice.
Anywho.
Do you want to let us know what's
Did we do,
where are we
did
at?
we do an intro for David?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
I
we
might have
did.
missed it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so essentially where we left off last time is we just finished the mission in which we had 3 people's trauma. You saved the commander and completed the mission, thankfully. Your heavy got captured. But overall successful mission. You advance to the Western Front. If you look on the map, there's a little camp there on the Western Front now. Now that both the primary and secondary missions were resolved, which because there was no secondary mission for this case, we go into downtime. First of all, though, I actually don't pass it off to me. I pass it off to the lore keeper.
It's me.
Lore keeper, you do back at camp. The back at camp scene.
Yes.
So if you want to scroll down, it's at the very bottom, if I remember correctly. You're at 7 morale, so it's one of the top ones. You're at the high morale mark.
Yep. Let me find it. Is this in the playbooks or in the
very bottom playbooks,
yeah,
like the little quick start thing?
Yep. Annals of the Legions, right down the bottom.
Do you see it?
What page am I on? 26?
It should be on. It's the back at camp final scoring page. I don't actually know exactly what page it is.
Okay, let me find it.
It's below Skydagger, above, like, if you see a timeline, you've gone too far. But essentially what this is depending on the morale of the Legion determines the type of things the Warkeeper has access to. Essentially, these are scenarios that... Oh, there you go. You should have marked off, essentially, one that cannot happen because it just goes against what the Legion stands for in each section. Now just sort of pick one and narrate the situation back at camp, right? Like, you essentially become the GM for this little thing.
Cool. So 4 to 7 is medium, so do I pick one?
Ooh, 7's medium?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought 7. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, just pick one of the medium ones then.
Yeah, I think a horse rides in with like the legs and like waist of someone like still like sat in the saddle, and like they're just missing from the like the waist up, and then the horse is like hot with like frothing at the mouth and like sweating and all of these sorts of things and like wild-eyed. And yeah, and as it gets into camp and it comes to a stop, these like disembodied legs just fall off, and like people go to like see where the fuck this came from, and it has a messenger's like satchel with it, reporting that. Can you give me the name of another front? Where devastation.
So yeah, the only other front that at this point would be like under siege would be Pena.
Yeah, right. So there's words from Pena that like many troops have been like just wiped out, and that the note is from like a commander, basically a commander or an officer, basically saying that they're going to like blow themselves up in such a way that their own bodies can't be used against them in the like immediate event that is about to come of them being like completely overrun.
So who's the person that finds this note? Right?
Yeah. I feel like Darius has got to be the one who finds the note.
Great. Cool. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Because he's doing so well. He's having such a good time. I think, and also he can read.
Well, there is that. Okay, cool. This is interesting. So if Darius is the one who finds the note, so the trauma that I gave him that he picked up is that he's cold. So he just doesn't care about the body at all. He's just like, oh yeah, this is how notes come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just this be war.
Yeah, and so I like this because I've accidentally set you up. I suppose it's probably Darius then like speaks to like Cartree and they take the note to Winterborn. And there's this whole like thing of like of like Cartree being like, what did she take as her trauma? I'm trying to remember. Oh, she's unstable now. Yeah. All right. Cool. So there's this whole thing of like of Cartree being like trying to like egg Winterborn into like, well, obviously they've got like forces diverted to dealing with that. Like the enemy is obviously like focusing on them because otherwise they wouldn't be as overrun. So we should attack now, and we should probably like launch as many things straight towards the enemy as possible. And she gets her sword out and starts like waving it around. But yeah, there's this, and outside the rookies who have seen this like body come in and are now hearing like an officer in like yelling crazily in a tent and then occasionally accidentally stabbing through the side of the tent are all just like, oh, we're so fucked. Like, we're so fucked.
Interesting. So that just sort of like, does anyone notice and try to correct that behavior in the rookies, or is it just that's the general attitude of the rookies now? Because normally, like, the marshal is in control of like is in command of anything relating to the troops themselves. But you know, the commander, an officer, although it's an officer that's fucking doing it, so you know, like whoever, like if anyone wants to, they can. But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, so the commander doesn't want to see his officers losing their shit, so we'll definitely step on that post-haste, but do it quietly. Winterborn is a bit of an asshole, but he has one thing he believes in, that you appraise, you compliment people publicly, and you tell them how to deal privately. So, yes, there'll be quiet words.
Yeah. I mean, like, the fact that the commander takes interest after their brush with death, essentially, is interesting to me. But yeah, that's very interesting. Unless anyone has anything specific to do, I think that sets like a general. I think it's good for back at camp. Unless anyone has anything specific they would like to do.
Nope.
Essentially, typical Blades has like free play. This game doesn't. This is about as close as free play kind of happens. Unless you like after mission, you're like, okay, this character is going to go do this thing, and then we kind of talk about that. Like that option's available.
Yeah.
Awesome. If that's that, then back at camp and then campaign phase. So time passes for one. We talked about pressure and time last time. Did we consume a food, Quartermaster? Is a food consumed?
We have it, so yes, we should eat the food.
Okay. Consume a food then. And then it becomes campaign actions. At 4 to 7 morale, you only have access to a single campaign action. Above 7, you have 2. So if you are on your thing, you have a bunch of options on your Quartermaster thing.
Let me see. Okay, so
if you'd like to read the options, you may.
Okay, so we have rest and recuperation. Take time to let soldiers tend to their wounds and rest. Basically, each legionnaire marks a tick to heal any one wound. If I want to wound a mercy, then somebody can heal 2 ticks. We have liberty, where basically I give people, give them leave. They heal stress and morale goes up. We can try to acquire an asset by begging, borrowing, or stealing something that we need. Can recruit, and we bring on up to five rookies for the marshal to replenish the roster with, and we can also work on a long-term project.
So you can only do one of those unless you wish to spend supply to do an additional one. So here's the cool thing about traumaing as much as everyone did. Most people are probably pretty good on stress.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how's everybody doing on stress so far?
Just check.
Oh yeah, I can.
I'm good. I dealt with it by not giving a shit.
Okay.
I think my medic is 1 off full.
Okay, so you're like 1 away from a trauma?
The question in that case is whether or not you think a medic is going to be necessary on the next mission, that sort of deal, right? It's priority management.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if we do that, we increase morale by 2, and then being over 7 gives us better things in the future.
Yes, if you would not get an additional downtime action this time, but next time, yes.
Okay. So how many people have harm? Because I'm leaning towards the liberty thing so that we can clear some stress and increase the Legion morale.
No harm here.
Your officer.
I have officer. The officer is disarmed.
I think I have some, but I didn't record it because I didn't know how to, because I got chopped up and then saved myself.
I'm unsure of.
If you resisted it, you would have decreased it or made it not happen at all.
Do you remember the level of harm you took originally?
So at the very end, I was going to take a level 4 harm and die, and then I used medicine to save me.
You reduced it down to level 3. Yeah, you have a level 3 harm, and then you brought it down to level 3, and then you used the doctor ability to ignore it for a round. So mark down on your sheet, and there's a little section for harm. It should be a level 3 wound. I believe someone tried to cut, someone actually did cut both of your Achilles tendons.
Yep.
That sounds familiar.
Walk it off. Oh, wait.
Rude.
So there are people that are injured. 2 out of your 4 remaining people currently. Another thing you do have access to help injured people is a mercy, however.
Yeah.
Every downtime phase, you can tick the mercy if they're unharmed to give someone a single healing tick, and then you can't do that with the next phase, but the one after. So you can essentially every other phase help someone heal a little bit.
Well, we have some supplies too, so I could do the rest and recuperation and liberty, but we've only got 2 supplies. Okay. Okay. An almost dead medic is bad.
Only if we're bringing them with us.
That's fair, but still, you kind of want the person who heals people to have like Achilles tendons that exist and are attached.
I guess so.
Your call.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do liberty. So everybody clears up to 3 stress, and our morale goes up by 2.
Cool.
And I'm going to spend a supply to do rest and recuperation. And if the medic wants to use the mercy, I will mark it as ticked. And you can put 2 blips on the thing for healing.
So 2 blips should clear 2 harm for the officer, so that rest and recuperation should clear that level 2 harm.
It just clears it? It doesn't downgrade it? It just
No, it just clears.
Cool.
So a level 1 wound takes 1 tick, if I remember right. Level 2 is 2 ticks. Level 3 is 3 ticks.
Great. Excellent.
And a level 4, the only thing that fixes that is a shovel and a hole in the dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt nap.
So I believe That is good. Don't quote me on those harm ticks. I'm maybe misremembering those exactly. I'd have to find them. But I don't think the level 3 should be cleared yet, but the level 2 should.
Okay. So that means, Marshall, make sure to increase our morale by 2, please.
Awesome. After campaign actions, you have you advance, which we technically already did. Essentially, you were not on the Western Front yet, but you are currently. We kind of already did that in the past. And then mission generation, which I have your missions available for you. So the mission priority. So essentially, every downtime phase, the commander will give a mission priority. Which your priority this time was, David?
Scouting mission to gather intel.
So scouting missions usually intel and things like that. Each location only has access to a set number of mission types. The Western Front only has scout and assault missions available to be used. Other locations will have more, like religious missions or supply missions. So I have your missions here. Mission 1 is a scouting mission. A surviving Aldermani squad has been spotted fleeing the Western Front. They're being pursued by a rather large force of undead, which leads the higher-ups to believe they have some valuable information. If you intercept and rescue them, your fight and provide valuable intel. The reward for completion of this mission is 1 intel and 1 squad, so a rookie squad. Penalties are none. It does not hurt you to ignore this. It's just useful if you don't. The second scouting mission as well. The Legion needs to send an advance party to secure the road out of the Western Front and 2 planes work. The route will be heavily guarded, but is the only option large enough to accommodate the whole Legion marching. Either eliminate the threat or find a way to circumvent it. The reward is 2 intel, and the penalty is pressure. Pressure is what you roll when you advance, and will make that time clock tick. If all 3 time clocks fill up, you lose. You just lose. Also, every time one of those clocks fills up, the broken get more abilities. That's also a thing.
Good.
So, that essentially just means you will be rushed in your escape. And then your third mission is an assault mission. Scouts have spotted 2 riders, believed to be the Cinder Guards last encountered on the previous mission, carrying your heavy into an enemy camp, as well as delivering arms. The mission is to secure the Legionnaire and secure those arms, those weapons. The reward for that being 2 morale, 1 supply. The penalty being pressure, time, and morale for the loss of the heavy. So essentially, at this juncture, the commander picks a mission for priority, meaning that's the mission we actually play out here on the table. The second for secondary, which is we will send a single 1 to 2 specialists on, as well as a squad, and resolve it with a single engagement roll. The engagement roll will determine if it succeeds, if anyone dies, if it fails, all of it. The third mission will automatically fail if there is one. You do not have enough troops to deploy for 3 missions.
Fair.
It is also everyone else's job to sort of inform the commander on what the Legion currently to help inform their decision.
Yeah. Well, Commander, the quartermaster's report is we have 1 supply and 1 food left. So anything that can increase either of those would be good. But of course, the decision is in your hands.
And we have 9 morale.
You're welcome.
I feel like making sure we've got space to move is important, but at the same time, I don't want to have to write more names in books.
Yeah, when you have to open up bust out the quill and notebook, it's real bad.
Yeah. No one likes my handwriting.
I don't think this is a challenge to choose at all. The Legion leaves no one behind. We shall rescue our heavy.
So priority assault mission. What would be the secondary?
The second one will be one of the scouting missions, the one that gives us 2 intel.
Okay, so ignoring the one that has 0
Yeah.
penalty.
Yep.
Handy. Awesome. In which case, let's see. Fantastic. Marshall, who's going on that mission? The primary and secondary. It's worth pointing out that a assault mission, if I remember correctly, because I believe I found them, requires a heavy, medic, or sniper to not have a penalty.
Well, technically, we have a heavy on the mission. The heavy is the mission.
Don't know if that
Heavy
counts.
is mission.
Heavy is detriment to team.
Marshall?
I was looking for the requirements.
Oh, it's if you scroll, it's on both the Marshall one and the Commander one. It's under like the little table for mission rolling. Yeah, assault requires heavy, medic, or sniper. Scout requires sniper or scout.
Well, we already have a scout specialist role that I can assign to that mission along with the rookies.
Okay.
And then the medic can go on the assault mission.
I don't think the medic can. They have a level 3 wound at the moment.
Yeah, not ideal.
Isn't that? Didn't we use a mercy to get rid of that?
We cleared 2.
You have 2 ticks currently. You need another one.
Need another healing tick before that level 3 wound is.
Oh,
So does that mean you can't deploy them at all if they've got level 3?
You can.
It's
However,
just a bad idea.
There are, so it's the penalty for having level 3 wound, meaning they can't act without assistance or pushing themselves, but also assault missions have a special engagement role requirement, which is anyone on the mission wounded?
Right,
Which will give
okay,
you
yeah.
negative engagement
Right,
roll.
we don't want to hit that.
Yeah.
You still have a sniper you can send.
on the assault mission, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, just to save us drawing up extra specialists.
Sure. And one other.
So sorry, how many do I need to send on the secondary mission?
2 off. Secondary, you just need 1 officer in 1 squad, or one specialist in 1 squad. The primary needs two specialists in a single squad.
How many squads do we have? We just have 1?
You have 5 total.
We have 5. Okay, great.
Wait,
I have
actually,
named 3.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
that part's not the problem. It's the we currently have 3 specialists who are not
Injured or missing?
a hindrance.
Yeah.
So we're sending the sniper. So I still haven't found that list, but can I send an officer?
The officer, yeah, the officer can go on the primary. It's not, the requirements aren't, these can only go on the mission. These have to, at least 1, or you'll have an engagement roll penalty. That's all.
Also, can you just remind me, did Dronk die? I have Dronk listed as dead. Did we save Dronk?
Drunk
Is fine. Ostra and Yellow are not okay.
Okay, yeah, that's that. Alright, cool. I will remove Dronk from the list.
Okay. So that's officer and sniper going on the assault mission, scout going on the secondary. Which squads are going on both of those? Just to be recorded. It doesn't matter a super ton. None of them have this soldier space.
I think we should send the.
I like sending the Ravens on the secondary.
Yeah, because they're 2 members down.
If they're 2 members down, then sending them will also have a penalty.
We should send a full squad.
All right, we will send the Shattered Wolves on the second mission because their name spells hex.
All right.
We will, and on the primary mission, we will take the Ember Wolves. Their name spell thick.
Okay.
Thompson, Harris, Isaiah, Carter, and Crisake.
All right.
Neat. Awesome. If those are the missions and everyone has agreed upon them, then I mean, really don't have to agree. It's just the commander. That just leaves us with engagement roll at this point. Let's see. Engagement rolls. That should also be on your sheet, Marshall.
I see that. Yeah. Do we do one for each mission, or
So
one for the whole?
ignore the scouting mission ones for now, and just go through the list that like the generic one and then the assault one. We'll do the scouting mission ones after the primary mission.
Are all mission Oath Sworn to the Legion? Yes.
Yes.
Did the commander spend 1 intel to give you foresight and info?
No intel to spend.
Yes.
Is everyone on the mission a specialist or soldier? No. Do any soldiers distrust or not fear the leadership enough to obey orders on the battlefield? No.
Also, very quickly, well, that's more of a question, but who's playing the officer and sniper, and who's playing the rookies? I know it like.
Yeah, I'm open to that. Like, yeah.
I think we've just got to let Ashton play her unhinged character, or we're never going to get anywhere. Or someone else will become unhinged.
Okay.
And like, Ash just has to play that character, or nothing will work.
Okay.
And David can play as sniper.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
Okay. And then at which point, while we're going through this, you two can make rookies. Like just pick one. Yeah, rookies are fun.
Is
if you
making
have
a
any
rookie
questions,
like making whoopee?
No.
I don't think so. Sadly.
Oh, you get a rookie when you make whoopee.
Yes, that's how it
eventually.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
Did the quartermaster equip the soldiers with black shot for an assault mission?
QM?
No.
I mean, we have some, so yes.
In which case, everyone mark an additional brace of black shot that you get for free. That you don't actually have to like. It doesn't have to be on your actual list of equipment.
Any soldiers starting the mission wounded? No. So we've got 2 engagement dice for the primary mission.
Wonderful. Would you like to make your rookies real quick, and then we can do that?
How do you do that?
So it's just a playbook. Like if you scroll, it should be the last playbook, if I remember right. It's the same as making any other character, except they're rookies. So you get their base. If you just pick which squad is on the primary again, Cammy?
Ember Wolves.
If you just pick one of those people in Ember Wolves, you can grab them and just make a character normally. 4 action dice to put in, 1 ability, heritage and heritage traits.
Yeah, I've made all the Ember Wolves are accessible to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. I'm gonna be Carter.
If you remember, there's a little cog in the corner. If you click that and then go down to rookie and then hit add abilities, they'll have all the abilities a thing can have, a rookie. Also, if you type rookie in that little area that says playbook, it should auto populate like the dots they start with.
It does.
And their gear, I think.
Yeah, gear might be weird still. I'm unsure.
All right. We sent out the. Which ones did we send on the secondary?
Shattered Lion.
Thank you.
So you're playing Carter, you said, Aaron?
Yes.
And I am playing Isaiah.
Wonderful. If you're comfy with it, we don't have to do like the whole like you picking abilities and stuff. Like, well, we can just do that while we do engagement roll stuff. As long as you don't have any questions. If you have questions, go for them now.
Seems pretty straightforward now that I understand how the character sheets work.
Awesome. Well then, Cammy, I think you have 2d6 to roll.
That's not a lot.
That is a 4. So risky situation.
All right.
So, what I think this looks like is essentially the Western Front is the it's essentially where the rear camp was when the rest of the Aldermani forces as well as the Legion marched into and fought the Battle of Ettenmark. Like this is the rear guard essentially, and it's fucked. The entire place is just like blasted and broken, and it's in shambles essentially. The only real like civilization air quotes around is like that rear camp, the last remaining rear camp for the Aldermani army. In the distance, you can also see what is essentially the first city that the broken or specifically the Cinder King sieged, and it is still burning to this day. You can see the like red on the horizon in the distance. I'll have a name for that later if I forgot at the moment. So like that's sort of the tone of the area. And what would be described as like if the trees weren't dead, it would have been a valley sort of deal. All of them are kind of ashen. That's sort of where you are. The camp that the Cinder Guards brought the heavy to is reported to be somewhere in this area. Presumably down near like the base of the valley. So what is the plan exactly? The camp is described to be heavily guarded. There's supposed to be patrols in these like this like dead forest essentially, or dead. Yeah.
Burn the forest.
And like I take a look at Cammy. Who are you playing as? Your what's your character? What's your rookie's name, Cammy?
She is just referred to as Isaiah.
Okay, so yeah, I like Katri looks at Isaiah and is like, yeah, wait, no, and she I think I'm gonna be like, I think Katri like looks around over the forest and is like, damn it, if only we had a scout, and then looks at and then takes a look at Darius and is like, Darius, can you get a read? We need to know if this is a good place to make if there's like we need to know if there's anything nearby and if there's a way we can get through here.
All right, give me 5.
We're in the game.
All right, so is that a scout roll?
It's up to you. You tell me what you want to roll. I will tell you what the position is. If you think a scout roll applies here, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Basically, gonna scout out the area. Looking for good approaches, good vantage points for ambushes or to be ambushed, spots where I can set up and take long range shots while other people go in. Yeah, basically just get the lay of the land.
So you're not in dead sight of the camp yet, but you say you're gonna scout ahead and see what you see.
Yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna do it by myself, so I get the best approach for everybody else to come up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Scout roll sounds like it applies to me. Would you please roll that? It is, I'd say, risky situation. You're going through alone. You don't know the terrain super well. Doesn't sound.
So I'm gonna push myself.
Okay. I'd say standard position as well.
Yeah, cool. All right. Scout, risky, standard. That gives me 2 bonus dice.
Why 2? You just pushed yourself.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, God. Yeah, my bad. I'll re-roll that.
Okay. No, don't re-roll. We can just drop the last die. It's a 6 rather than a crit. Which, still pretty good.
Yeah.
So you definitely you run ahead through this like dead forest until you can spot the camp at the bottom of the valley. What you see like through, I imagine you looking through your like sniper scope at it and stuff. What you see is essentially a camp full of these like red tents that have been pitched. There's a giant fire in the center. You can see on most of the tents this emblem that looks like it's a like sword with like a halo of fire around it. And so like that's a thing you spot, and you also see like several heads on pikes in front of the camp as like you would enter.
Do I recognize any of the heads?
I don't think you're close enough. The
Good.
scope doesn't give you that quite of a range. But I think you like pan up and you like sort of like hear some rustling to this like not rustling, but I think you hear the like distant sound of hooves, and you look over, and in like about a kilometer away, sort of making their way towards you. It doesn't look like they've seen you, just sort of going through in your direction. You can see flashes of red armor and like horses. They sort of, as they like make their way through the trees, they're sort of heading in your like general direction.
Will they move over my position if I stay where I am?
I guess I should say they're less moving in your general direction, more towards the rest of the group, right? They're doing essentially a giant circle of the camp, and will just eventually hit them if they don't like move quickly.
All right, I better get back to them and warn them.
You get back to us, and what do you say?
Guys, patrol incoming, mounted, heading your way. But I've got us a pretty good overlook on the camp. But we got to hustle now.
I mean, do you come back to us and tell us that, or do you have a radio?
Radio's not a thing.
I know, that's why I was like, your way, and I was like, what? No, it's okay. I just got confused. Yeah, I think I'm like too many for us to take. We could use the horses.
How many was it?
I'd say probably around. You spotted at least like 6.
There's 6 of them mounted. I don't think we can do that, Cap.
I'm like, all right. And I'm like, we should lay a trap for. Damn it! If only we had a scout. And then I just start moving again, right? Like, I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. You said you had a safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna try and get as close to the camp as we can, without so that we can so that we could look for
possible entrances.
Yeah, look,
exactly,
it's a pretty good layup. I found we could sit there for a couple of hours, scope the place out, find out what the patrol movements are like, maybe even find out what tent our friend is in.
So if you're all trying to get there quickly without being noticed, because you are like a decent sized force, that sounds either like a group maneuver or a group scout to me.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Who's leading that in that case?
I am.
Okay.
Excellent. Which one are we doing it as?
I'm asking you, Paul.
Yeah, no. What do people have dots in? Anyone have dots in either of those?
I have 1 in each, so...
I have 2 in Scout.
Let's do Scout. Cammy, has Isaiah got dots in Scout?
No.
All right, let's see how much stress I take. Boopity boop. Position and effect?
I'd say still risky.
Yeah.
Still standard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Would there be any bonus for the fact that I've already scouted out the ground?
No. The scout, the previous scout was finding the location. This is more making sure everyone gets there stealthily.
All right.
The highest.
So far, our high is a 3.
No, the high is a 5. Oh, it is a 3. God damn it.
Yeah. That's
please,
3
David.
Stress.
Please, David. Please.
The heart of the David. Oh, it's a 4 now. So at least we're not we're out of the shit tier.
All right, so it's brought to, that's 3 stress, but David, you are clearly the only one used to going through in these surroundings, like going through in this sort of
Oh,
fire.
God, I could shoot you all in the dark.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here being like, not before I do. She's like, Adhikar is like, what the fuck is wrong with these rookies? God damn it!
Don't step there. That's gonna make it.
Yeah.
So what I think happens here is you're making way through and you get to your like the point, right? That location that you found that had like the good vantage point and stuff, and you look like towards where you saw the horses earlier, and you definitely notice that there are less of them in that sort of formation. And they're starting to veer around. You think they've spotted you at this point.
Everybody down. Don't move. Don't make a sound.
Affix bayonets.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a clock. Where is it? So what this clock is essentially those horses that split off are going to be running to the camp. If they are not interrupted when time passes, they are going to get there and warn them.
Oh, right.
I mean, it sounds like a 4 o'clock to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fire guns.
Same.
So that's the clock. I'm going to take a single segment. Boop, boop, multi-sided, choose side. I really wish I had a mouse. There, fucking Christ. There we go. Cool. So that's one tick. They are on their way. So the plan is just to hold here and like brace for them, or like.
Are they going to come? Are they
going to come past us, or are they going?
It's unsure what those very much look like they veered towards you, and then the others split off to warn them. So like these are going to engage you, and then the others are going to warn the rest of the camp.
So does that mean that they saw us? Because I feel like we got a 4. That it suggests that we didn't get, like, that's a success. We get seen.
The 4. So the scout roll wasn't just that scout roll wasn't just it would be there and unseen. It's it's get there to the location or be seen, I guess, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
So it's you got to the place you wanted to be, but were spotted.
Right. Okay. Yep. Cool. In which case, I'm like, so how many are coming there? How many are coming towards us on?
It looks like 3 or 4 are coming towards you.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And
so like 2 to 3 split off.
Yep. Right. Cool. Great. I'm like, so I think I turned to I think I turned to Darius and I'm like, looks like we need the horses now.
If I may, I was a pretty good shot back home. I can try.
How quiet are you at shooting?
Well, it's a musket, so you know.
They make a big bang.
It's kind of loud from the front and the back of it.
I'm like, all right. Can you climb that tree there?
Yes. Sure, of course. Anything that you order, I can do.
And I'm like, all right. You're now. What are your pronouns?
Let's go with she.
Okay. You're now tree girl, and when we stab this guy on the horse, you're going to jump on.
Okay, and then I'm horse girl.
Yeah, then you're horse girl.
Okay, I think I can do that.
All right.
Snaps a quick salute and then goes to climb a tree.
All right, so I need the maneuver roll out of you, and to understand correctly, the plan is to affix bayonets and wait for the horses to run into you. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Plan.
Air quotes.
I'm vicious and unstable. You've got the wrong officer. There are 2 kinds of officers: killing officers and murdering officers.
I just want to make sure I understand the plan. That's
plan
all.
with air quotes, a half a mile tall. Okay.
Could maybe I also get up in a tree, Cap?
I think if we have multiple tree people, that's a good idea.
But we need a good body of troops on the ground. That's you and these two.
Yes.
And just as the horsemen get on top of you, we open fire.
Yes.
As we open fire and break their ranks, then you can charge in with bayonets. It should be a clean kill.
I'm sorry. Where did you?
You
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be like, no opening fire.
No opening fire.
We're not firing guns.
So what are we doing in the trees?
Jumping on horses.
Right.
Just to confirm, we've got, besides Isaiah and Carter, there's 3 other rookies, right?
Yeah. 3 other rookies. So you're muted, Aaron.
Yeah, I was just saying, so we have 7 bodies to work with total.
Yeah. The thing is,
let's not call them bodies just yet.
I'm like Darius. I'm like, unless of course Darius, you have a silent gun.
I'm guessing silent guns don't exist in this setting.
No, silencers not great.
And I'm like, I like look at Darius and I'm like, there are two, maybe 3 horsemen going to warn them. We don't want to help.
If you had a scout, they have bows and arrows.
If we had a scout. If only we had a scout. Darius, how's your maneuver and skirmish?
Look, I'm a range specialist for a reason. I'm okay in a bar brawl, but I wouldn't put me in the front line in a shield wall.
Isaiah?
1 in both.
Isaiah, you've just been promoted to tree girl.
I have 2 shoot, 2 skirmish, 1 maneuver, ma'am.
Wait one, guys. Somebody's at my door.
Not a problem. Let's take our first break there, then.
Okay.
And we will, we'll find out exactly what this looks like after the break.
Oh my god.